Coming up on SAU News, you've no doubt heard about Southern's new Student Life Center. I'll show you what it looks like inside.
I'm in a parking lot, there's a car, I'm on a tailgate, all right? We got a parking lot party here going on in Cambridge Square. So if you're tired of the same old in Southern, come on up here, switch it up. Ooltewah has a new look and you should be in it.
And grab your flashlights and join me as we go underground in Southern Student Park Cave.
We're here at All Night Softball. SAU News starts now.
Welcome to SAU News. I'm Georgia Standish.
And I'm Natasha Mirilov. SAU News is a weekly newscast brought to you by the School of Journalism and Communication. As always, all-night softball was the highlight of the semester. It was a chilly night at Summit Softball Complex, but that didn't stop the games. SAU News reporter Kendall Rittenauer has the story.
Fans crowded the stands as the games kicked off at 8:30 in the evening.
We're here at All Night Softball here at Summit. It's 45 degrees out, but that didn't stop fans from coming out to enjoy the games.
I think the temperature is probably like 50. Does that sound right?
It's pretty cold.
And we're cold.
My toes are cold.
Both A-League and B-League teams played into the night as anticipation grew.
The name of my team is Lucky13. The games have been going pretty good. We have lost one game during the season, and we just played our first game in all-night softball, and we won.
I played 2 games, and we won them, which is awesome. I'm on Southern Breeze, and our next game's like at midnight. It's fantastic. I can't wait.
All-night softball has been so much fun. We were able to win our first game against Old School, which was really cool. The season has been amazing. We went undefeated, but currently it looks like we're not doing so well against an A-League team. We'll see how it goes.
Fresco on 3. 1, 2, 3, Fresco!
Fresco has had a 3-year winning streak, but that streak was ended when Fuzzy Box of Kittens won the championship game with a score of 14-9. For SAU News, I'm Kendall Rittenauer.
Thanks, Kendall. It was 6 in the morning when FBOK finally had their victory. Did you make it out to the games, Georgia?
I didn't. It was just too cold. I'm from California. The sounds of Beethoven and Dvorak filled the Collegedale Church as Southern Symphony Orchestra performed its first concert of the year. The symphony also featured the work of a composer closer to home. It performed a world premiere by former student Ethan McGrath of Collegedale. Conductor Lori Redmer-Minner told the audience it's always a pleasure to do the work of blooming composers.
If you're looking for new places to eat off campus, explore the new Cambridge Square in Ooltewah. SAU News reporter Ben Lowry takes us there.
Located just off the intersection of Lee Highway and Ooltewah-Georgetown Road, Cambridge Square is a welcome addition to Ooltewah. Cambridge Square is the first mixed-use neighborhood for retail, professionals, and restaurants. I asked several students from Southern why they chose Cambridge Square.
It's a fast, easy place to go because it's close to campus.
Yeah, it's chill. I like the atmosphere.
It's closer than Starbucks, and I kind of like it. It's a little bit more classy, and it's not as many people.
There's a couple of good restaurants here, and they have mixed up cups, so that's nice, but it's usually for the coffee.
Yes, Ooltewah has a new coffee bar, Wired. I interviewed Southern student and Wired employee Andrew Leckler about his thoughts on why students should come over to Cambridge.
A lot of students come here because of the location. It's a lot closer than a mall area. There is free Wi-Fi at that Wired coffee shop, and actually a big draw that a lot of students have is every table in the coffee bar has an outlet. And so there's not a person that comes in here that can't plug in their computer or their iPad or whatever they have. And that's a big draw as well.
Construction is currently going on in Cambridge Square to expand the area and bring in new business.
As you can see, I'm in a parking lot. because there's a car. I'm in a parking lot, there's a car, I'm on a tailgate, all right? We got a parking lot party here going on in Cambridge Square. So if you're tired of the same old in Southern, come on up here, switch it up. Ooltewah has a new look and you should be in it. We got coffee, we got burgers, we got Italian food, we got frozen yogurt. So come on, hang out with us. You'll see me and Andy Leckler out here at Cambridge Square.
God bless America. Reporting for SAU News, I am the Ben Lowry.
Cambridge Square is still under construction, so stay tuned for more new business announcements.
University officials did something unusual on the future site of the Student Life Center. I saw them anoint the ground and ask for God's blessing on the project. Student leaders, faculty, and members of the Board of Trustees gathered Friday afternoon to dedicate the ground of the new Student Center. A short song was followed by messages from investors and coordinators. SA President Andrew Ashley spoke before Pastor Brennan Kierstein led out in an anointing ceremony. Director of Development Giovanni Ragsdale was enthusiastic about the new building.
The future Student Life Center is going to be a location that's going to house our food services, the student association areas, the chaplain's office, and it'll also bring in some of the areas of career services and disability services and first-year experience.
After the dedication, President Beets invited guests to socialize with refreshments. Behind me, you can see the attendees of the ground dedication ceremony for the new Student Center. We're here between Halsey Wellness Center and Fleming Plaza. The building is projected to be finished by fall of 2017. But not everyone is convinced that investing in a new student center is a good idea. Journalism student Billy Young says the $16 million that's already been raised might be better used elsewhere.
They could lower tuition. They could maybe not fine us as much for every worship we miss.
The donations for the new student center are all from individuals and corporations, not student tuition. The project will be attempting to raise an additional $14 million over the next months. Current freshmen may be able to see the completed building while still enrolled, but alumni are always welcome to come back and visit.
Georgia, tell me, how are upperclassmen actually responding to this? Administration's been involving them in the planning, getting their ideas since last semester, and they actually won't be even able to see the building.
I've actually heard a lot of negative things, and I think it's because people just don't see the value in something that they're not going to benefit from personally.
So when are we going to see the beginning of the construction?
The groundbreaking will be next spring.
With midterm exams around the corner, the Student Association wants to relieve your stress. That's what SA senators offered constituents on the promenade this week. They called it SA Senate Surprise Day. You could ride the zip line set up beside the Student Center, quench your thirst with an icy pop, or pick up a free t-shirt.
Basically, this is just a networking opportunity for our senators to get to know their fellow constituents, and so we come out and do something social.
It was a hot day for October, and the cool drinks were popular. The university senator meet every other week and make decisions regarding SA's budget and policy.
Today in the studio, we've invited Student Association President Andrew Ashley. Andrew, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me, Mr. President, how's it going? How's it been?
It's been great. The school year starting off with the welcome party. That was a great success. Then after that, just 3 weeks later, we had the Joker release party, and that was also a great success. And in between there, we've started a couple of initiatives, tablets in the dorm, transportation for students Sabbath morning. So it's been a really busy, really involved school year so far with SA.
So tell me, now that you've been in office for 1 month, how does it differ from what you expected it to be?
Going into it, I had a really big vision, and I said, we're going to make all these things happen. But one thing I've just learned that there's a lot of logistics to things, and I didn't expect there to be so much work in making these things happen. So that's been one of the biggest surprises that I found so far.
Well, when you ran, you had a platform. Has any of your goals changed now that you're in office?
When I ran my platform was like 5 and 2, basically communicating the fact that I'm going to use the gifts I had, my 5 loaves and 2 fish, and use them to bless the student body. Not much has changed. The things I talked about as far as the tablets, transportation, the student-led Sabbath service, and better events. Not much has changed. There's probably a couple of small things, but for the most part, it's the same vision and was working hard as a team to execute, make things happen.
Was it as easy as you thought it would be to achieve them?
No, not at all. For example, planning the events, getting Duck Squad together, and helping my social vice president to execute and be creative in where the event is going to be and what the theme would be is very hard. And if I didn't have a team that's so supportive and there's so much encouragement going on, I don't know how we would do it. So,
tell me, how much power do you actually have?
I would say it like this. I do not run the student body runs me. I make the joke all the time that the student body hired me and they're my boss. And so at the end of the day, I can say I have power and do different things, but it's really just me working for the student body, meeting the needs of the student body. So the students are the ones who have the real power.
Have you taken any cues from Dr. Beats' way of serving as president?
You know, I haven't hung out with Dr. Beats too much, but one of the things I've learned from him is just humility. That's one thing that he communicated to me, is just being humble and really making this about the students and not about yourself.
So this weekend, you'll be hosting the first episode of Studio 4109's new season. Yes. Tell us a little bit. What are we to expect?
Come prepared to have fun, to laugh. This is the 4th season, so Studio has a lot of experience. There's a new cast. Kevin is back as a director, and he does a really good job. There's going to be some special surprise at the beginning, and there's going to be some neat things along the way. So just expect to have surprises, have some laughs, and have fun.
So are you going to be playing it safe, or will you be a little daredevil up there?
I'm going to be a little bit of a daredevil, a little bit, but for the most part, I'm playing it safe, but still trying to have fun at the same time. There's throughout the practices, we've been really intentional about making sure we're not doing anything that will be seen by the student body that's not being appropriate. So, but it's gonna be fun, and yeah, just encourage people to come out and have that fun.
All right. Well, good luck on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank
and
you
if you ever need a first lady, call me.
I'll let you know.
If you want to see the moon, astronomy professor Henry Kuhlman is the man to see. Kuhlman sets up his telescope in the Hickman parking lot several times a semester. They call it Star Watch. Even though the weather didn't look promising last Friday, the clouds parted just in time to see the moon. Theology major Aaron Cruz says this was the first time he's ever seen the lunar surface so close.
It was great. I mean, that close, never in my life have I ever seen anything that close. It was phenomenal. I mean, I'll be here next.
Check your planner to find out when the next Star Watch is happening.
The Student Park Cave is open for exploration. It's one of the many caves in the area, and like the others, I discovered you can't escape getting your feet dirty. One look at these students, and you know they've yet to explore the Student Park Cave. That's because when you come out, you're covered in wet mud.
A lot of crawling.
Go for it, Josh.
A lot of mud. Really fun.
Adventure Programming Director Mike Harris says the cave offers a great Sabbath afternoon activity.
It's exciting. I mean, there's a bit of fear there, the unknown. Everyone has some sort of fear of the dark, and being able to embrace it and get in there.
SAU News, armed with our GoPro camera, ventured inside for a look around.
Nice. Yeah, we're staying with you.
We screamed as bats flew over our heads. The cavern is slippery and wet.
It's too slippery.
Sound bounces off the brown walls, but it is warmer in here. On this day, warmer than it was outside.
This is horrendous. Horrendous.
The Outdoor Leadership Center keeps a watchful eye when the cave is open to the public. Graduate assistant Ross Mason makes sure everyone who goes in comes back out, and that everyone is wearing a helmet with a light.
I think it's kind of cool in there. I haven't spent a whole lot of time in there, but yeah, it's neat how you can kind of explore on your own.
The cave is open for everyone on every first Saturday of the month. However, if you missed that date, the Outdoor Leadership Center is more than happy to schedule a guide for you. Just be prepared to look your worst when you get out.
There's no staying clean after a point. Everyone has the tiptoe, I don't want to get my shoes dirty point, and then they fall in and it's all over in this totally mud pie time.
Years ago, the university used the cave to store produce, and it was actually used to be called the Potato Cave. Have you ever been inside, Georgia?
I haven't. I don't want to get my shoes dirty.
Well, I recommend you go in. It's a lot of fun, but keep an eye out for those bats.
Southern's Rape Aggression Defense Program, also known as RAD, is getting a facelift. Campus Safety is installing a new RAD training room in their building. 2-inch foam padding with a carpet surface covers the walls and floor to protect students practicing their self-defense skills. The room's still not completely finished, but all equipment has been purchased and will be ready for the next RAD class for women this Sunday, October 12. Lieutenant Josh Fraker describes the plans.
So we have some big mirrors. We have a camera system that can help review the footage of the technique you just did, or if you went through a scenario, what the scenario looked like from a third-party perspective. Pads for the posts.
The program features classes for both men and women who want to learn how to handle threatening behavior. The course is free to students and meets in the evening. You can sign up on the Campus Safety website.
If your car is overdue with a checkup, come to the Samaritan Center this Sunday afternoon. Students and professors from the university's auto maintenance department will be on hand to check engines and tires.
Because of midterm break, we will not have a show next week, but we'll be back on the 24th. SAU News is a joint production of the TV News and Multi-Camera Production class here in Southern School of Journalism and Communication. I'm Georgia Standish.
And I'm Natasha Mirilov.
We leave you with a reprise of our Symphony Orchestra as they wrapped up their opening number last weekend in the Collegedale Church. This is the conclusion of Beethoven's Leonore Overture No. 3 under the direction of symphony conductor Laurie Redmer Minner.
Enjoy the music and have a great break.